Hello? I've moved things around a bit and everything's got a bit, like, sort of messed up. There we go. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna do, like, the mask details with foam clay today. That's what we're gonna do, because something occurred to me, and it only occurs to me because I want to make these for people, and I'm trying to advertise that I'm doing this, and I'm sending pictures of this as it is, and it's like, you know, we had the paint disaster. I don't know if you remember a few months ago, if anybody's watching this back, that like I painted the whole thing black and I got it all nice and ready, and then impatience got the better of me. I shot a load of the green paint in my paint gun and I sprayed it and it just went and melted, and that happened. So this looks absolutely terrible. And I'm looking at it from the point of view of like, oh, look how well the masks come out, and you know the seams aren't hugely noticeable until you get underneath, like, but you know, and the top of the head. But I'm looking at it like that, and then I'm thinking like, oh no, wait a minute, people are gonna be looking at this and like, why does it look like someone threw up snot on this turtle head? And there's like lines everywhere, and you know it looks terrible. So I'm like, right, let's fix that. Let's get the foam clay out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and very closely match, because I'm going to do Donnie. I'm going to try and match this guy. Focus. 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 It won't. But I'm going to try and match his sort of eye mask area, and definitely like the dimples around the sides of his mouth and stuff like that, which you can definitely see. And then I want to make the strap. I'm going to try and make it exactly like that, with like the little mini buckle belt on the inside and everything, and the over the shoulder thing. And then instead of these weird little strap things that they've got on the models here, I'm going to try and I'm going to print the thing from that I found, which is like the bow staff and a sheath. And yeah, I'm going to do that. But now it's in focus, I'm taking full advantage, and I'm going to try and mimic those like creases in the bandana and stuff all the way around his head. But the eyes and stuff is what I'm mainly focusing on today. That's going to be the main thing. Is I'm going to try and get the eye parts done. And those little ridges at the top of his head there, look at the top of the eye, like that little tiny bit there. I want that there, and those little dimples, the smile lines around the side of the mouth and everything. So I can get this guy looking as Donny as possible, which shouldn't be too far off, because like I've ended up with the same sort of Donny beak. If you know what I mean. So it already looks quite similar. I think with them, I think I'd intended as soon as I started building this that I wanted to make it Donny for some reason. It was either going to be that or Leo, because I wanted to do the extra like straps and stuff out of the vinyl. So yeah, that's been the plan. Right, okay. I haven't got a huge amount of this stuff, this air dry clay. I'm going to start off by just whacking a load on in general. Let's keep him quite close as well so I can refer back to him. Also, I think I'm going to bring up a picture of him on Google. I'm going to googly woogly it. I don't care what's new, Google, thank you. But there we go. Images. And okay, and the first 3 or 4 images are not the 1990 movie. Isn't that just perfect? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. There's actually one right there that is perfect. I need to go back. I need to see if I can find that separately. I'm not even showing you, am I? I don't care. Right. Let me try and grab that one because. Right. Oh my god, that's a terrible image. Oh. Never mind. Right. Yeah, I think I'll just leave the page up. So I can refer to it. No. Why do I take so long about doing things? There we go. Right. Anyway. Right. Right. I forgot. Because this isn't like the best stuff. It needs to be wet, really, for it to properly stick. I'm going to have to go get like a thing of water. I'm never prepared for these things. Why am I not prepared? I'll be right back. There we go, right. I now have some water here that I can like wet the foam with. I'm going to put you up a little bit. And first and foremost, I'm just going to try and do flat pieces over the lines and stuff, and just try and build up the outer eyebrow bit because his eye, it's very sort of edge pointy. Like he's got that going on. And the aim is never to get get it nailed in one bit of foam. You've got to do many to try and get it right. And also this is going to be covered with material, so it needs to be more exaggerated than you might normally do it if it was going to be like fully on view type of thing. So I'm going to try and exaggerate it, but it needs to sort of seamlessly go in as well. Just going to be a challenge. I'm realising as well it's a bit far out, so I'm going to need to push it in a little bit. Still too far out. There we go. Just need more of an angle on it. And then we need it to carry on. No, we're doing it in completely the wrong place. The whole thing is wrong. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be like right down here. So there we go. That's more like it. Yeah, I don't know why. That's cool, actually. It's made a few sort of like little ripples and stuff that I reckon's gonna show through the material and everything when I get that attached. The actual bandana. But yeah, that's where it's supposed to be. I had it a lot higher than that, and that was very silly. Right. Try and do the same on the other side. Let's see. Right, now I'm going to try and link them up because they seem to go into like a sort of unibrow. How's that work on there? Yeah, they do, yeah. Needs to be a lot thicker than I'm making here, so shove that away from the open part. So yeah, I'll try and make that a little thicker. It doesn't have to be, like I say, it doesn't have to be like bang on perfect or anything. That's the beauty of this, because it's going to end up under like under some material and what have you. So yeah, it's gonna be all right. I just need to smooth it off around the edges and what have you. So like, because the material is quite thin, so you don't want it showing off any like cracks and stuff that you've made. When I say you, I mean me. I'm quite happy with the way that the under part has come out under the eyes there. So I'm not really going to do anything to that. It's all about the brow at the moment, I think. Try and make it a bit less lumpy. Because at the moment it is very much like, you know, like sort of model clay-y, and I don't want it to be. I want it to be a lot smoother than this. And I'm going to try and get a nice flat bit along the top there as well, just to not even flat actually. It's just going to be the basis for another crease in the bandana. It just needs to be specifically here, I think. And it wants to be like nowhere near as prominent, but just enough to sort of make a little crease in it. I might even split it so that it's like a I'll give it more of a sharp edge as well, because then it'll look more like like the bandana being pulled taut rather than like actual like moving body parts underneath, which is what I'm going for with these. Sort of getting there. There we go. Nailed it. Right, I'll see if I can smooth out this with the same sort of technique where I'm just, instead of doing little tiny bits at a time, I'm just actually just moving along it in one movement. I'm trying to give him some expression as well. I'm making the eyebrows like uneven, so they don't match necessarily, like that. And then we want like a little bit to go underneath in the middle. So much like the last one, it's not going to be like moving parts, it's going to be ruffles. Okay, right. Gonna do some side stuff now to try and let's see if we can mimic some more of these sorts of ruffles and what have you. Just trying to imagine how I would draw it if I was going to draw it, you know. Let's see. Oh, that's good, yeah. Right. Right. Sorry, just trying to figure out where I'm going with it. Now, it's important to bear in mind that none of this is meant to look really good, like right now. It's meant to go under the bandana, so it needs to be real exaggerated and over prominent. And what have you. So like try and let the light catch that right. It's still a bit like lumpy, unfortunately. That's not how we want it. There we go. A little bit better, but it's still not quite right. The good thing though is that I don't have to stick the bandana to it. I can cut the eye holes out and maybe like glue those in, and then like just push it around it and just make it see how it's working before I commit to really properly gluing it down, so I can come back to this quite easily. Yeah, I'm going to try and focus on this side for a little while and just get the general feel of, you know, a tight bandana going on. I think some of that's going to happen naturally with the material, thankfully. So I actually, as soon as I said it, started thinking, no, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. But I am going to add to this top part of the crease, right behind his eye here. Just keep adding to it until it's a little bit smoother. A message to cosplay Chris and everyone that talks like him. It's not a little bit more smoother. It's a little bit smoother or a little bit more smooth. Those are your choices. Pick one. Stop mashing them together. It sounds stupid. I'm literally the only person on the planet that cares about that. probably the only one in this stream that knows who Cosplay Chris is. Do you know? Donnie doesn't know. Anyway, yeah, that's going rather well, I think. Again, it looks terrible because it's, you know, foamy mouldy, and it's not, you know, perfect or anything because it's not meant to be. But if you can imagine some material going over that and therefore making it, it'll naturally smooth out and you won't see most of what's happening here. I think that's going to be good. Just doing a little bit extra smoothing over the top here. I don't want that ridge line that I left from the actual building portion coming through at all. So I'm just going to whack this over the line. Okay. Now this side, he seems to have like a lot thicker, like part, for lack of a better term, like just here. So, okay. I'm going to try and link it to the edge of his eyebrow as well, just to, like that. And then I'm going to try and make it much more of a straight line so it just feels like it's being pulled. You know? You know. Like that. And that's going to... better? Sorry, a bit was coming off there and I wasn't having that. Now, I'm going to try and do a second one that's going to be much smaller, but it's still going to come through the really thin material. And then just like on the other side, I'm going to have something directly below it. And it's going to be real close. And like 100% visible because, again, thin material, bandana material is going to catch every lump, I think. And also I'm going to try and glue within the grooves of it if I can. There we go. And then, yeah, I've pretty much done that on this side anyway. Let's just try and make it a bit more. Yeah, a bit more like that. And then I kind of want to do the same with the eyebrows really, but they're drying out already, but they're not to a point where they're going to be ready for anything. They're just, you know, not really moldable anymore. Okay. It's getting there. Right. Now for some cheeks. Cheek stuff. It's gonna look weird. Until it's painted really, but that's okay. I'm trying to get it as smooth as possible, but I really don't mind imperfections because of the fact that it's skin. So it's not going to be perfect, it's just got to be smoothish. With an emphasis on ish. And see, like, I've got all this on to half cover up a line and then half create the smile line at the side. The real trick to that is that you're doing you're doing that, but then the smile line is going to be the one bit without any foam on it, or the least bit of foam, because actually the magic happens about here. We put the second one on and blend it. He says like he knows what he's talking about. Literally the first turtle head that I've ever sculpted. I'm sorry for not talking. Sorry for the radio silence, but I've got a real concentration thing going on here. I just got fully in the zone. Welcome to the zone, everybody. This is what it sounds like. So, that's the start of it. Now I've got it smoothed out, I'm actually going to try and shape it, which is to push those bits together and then smooth, and then push, and on the front bit as well, push that back a bit and smooth it, push it, smooth it, push it, smooth it. And we're going to soften it as well because it's not, doesn't need same sort of harshness that the bandana bits do, because it's skin. It's going to be on show, it's going to be literally there, so I'll see if a bit of water will help blend this with the rest of the foam. It is, that's good. Doesn't matter so much underneath because I'm going to go under and cover all that as well. So all of this is going to sort of blend into that lot, but I don't need to cover much on the, oh no, I'm bloody wrecking my bandana work. Oh no. There we go. Excellent, excellent work. That was good. Right, let's see if I can blend this bit as well. I need to be able to. Gotta stop putting my finger on it to balance myself. So I'm fucking everything up. All the work I've just done separating that out as well, and I just squashed it in one move. Let's get this. Oh, there it is. Lovely. What doesn't, excuse me, ribbit. Yeah, what doesn't work out exactly When you're trying to smooth these things off or blend them, you can wait till it's dried, get sandpaper out, and you can just blast away. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with the way the light's hitting that. Let's try and smooth it off a little bit, just because, again, I don't want it looking too clayey. But yeah. From the front there, you seeing it? And then it's sort of hitting it from the side as well. Yeah, it's looking good. I'll just have to do exactly the same on the other side. There's an artist called Dream Kid on like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the lot, all the socials. And recently they've clearly rewatched the original Ninja Turtles because it's been put on cinemas in America, and then went home and covered a bunch of the original movie soundtrack. Highly recommend that, because it's really good. In fact, why not? Let's find it. Pretty sure I have it, and I should be able to put the thing on. I hope I will. Let me find it first. Dooby 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 doo. What the hell? Right, there we go. Okay, I'll see if I can get this to work. There you go. Amazing. Absolutely unreal. It's really loud in my headphones, but it's not as loud on there, I don't think. It is a bit. Bring it down a little bit. I kind of wanted it to go on longer, but then it goes into this awesome piece as well. If anyone's watching, let me know if you can actually hear this. And then you have to get the synthwave line in there. Ooh. Yeah. Excellent stuff. It's absolutely like one of my favourite things at the moment. I keep listening to it. So yeah. Shout out to no one for Dream Kid. Right, same again. Let's try and anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with myself again. Like, yeah. Keep hearing like vibrations, and I'm thinking like, oh, is it my phone or is it whatever? But it's not. It's I've got the 3D printer running, like literally there. So I'm hearing like every now and again, and it just sounds almost exactly like a phone going. But that's not what my phone sounds like. So I'm looking around for someone else's phone. Right, and most of the time my phone sounds like actually nothing because I don't have it like I don't have it on or anything. I don't want to be distracted on most occasions, you know. As it were. As 'twere. Okay. It's a good start. Once again, I need to. This needs to be a bit bigger on this side. See if I can roll these together. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Can't. As soon as I clear my throat, I lose all my bottom end. Oh, a little bit more. Oh, a little bit. No. There, see? That's such a lie. It didn't. That was all deliberate. As soon as it gets to that part where it gets to the end of that bit, all I hear is Casey Jones going, "Yeah!" reversing the bin truck and punching a couple of foot soldiers. It's a talent. Alright, here we go with the blend. We push it down, we blend him now. We push it down, we blend him now. There we go. If I can get my finger right underneath the point where I'm blending, I can get a lot of contact and it just smooths it right out. That's really good. There we go. And we want to try and do the same on the back here as well. It's all going to be a little bit flatter down here anyway. Spread it as thin as we can. Like that. I need it to do the same along the back here. I think normally an actual clay sculptor would just add some more clay to squash down, but I don't want it this prominent, so I'm using the stuff that's there. And all it takes is like some like real good pressure to flatten it right down. And that's also going to help me when I push the wrinkle that I've created forward. It's going to also like sort of keep it somewhat in place, which is kind of what we want. We don't want it to just move completely. We just want it to be a little more subtle. That's all. So we're going to push it forward just a little bit and then smooth them out. Just like that. Come on. Oh, come on. Now we're going to make him look a little bit less like he's got leprosy. Squash it down a little bit. Just a little bit. Right, now I'm going to try and smooth off these bits of foam that are arguably a little bit thick, to be honest. So they want squashing right down. I can't help it. Okay. Right, now this bit. Like with the other side, it's not as important along here to get it smoothed out, because I'm going to go right along the bottom to attempt to smooth out all these creases and cracks and stuff that are from the build itself. Some of which I'll be able to sand down, because it'll also, you know, it'll also, you know, yeah. Why do I start talking with no idea of how I'm going to finish a sentence? Am I fucking Donald Trump? It's going to be the greatest turtle. Some people are saying the best turtle anybody's ever seen. Bleach. Inside. Sunlight inside. Inside the body. To do something. We'll look into it. Damn it. This bit's been real fucking awkward. Okay. I don't know if that looks any good at all. It's difficult to tell when it's not got paint on or anything, so I'm just going to let it dry and then just see how the light's hitting it, because when it dries it's going to shrink a little bit as well. Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can I'm going to try and make like a nice flat thing. I need to make a sort of lip brow and a flat thing. So this needs to be as flat as I can possibly get it without having, I don't actually have like a rolling pin or anything, so I'm going to try and get like a nice big flat bit for his chin. And we'll see if we can smooth this out and make it because all it is I just want that covered, really. And then I'm going to mould it into like a lip type of thing, type of situation. A lip situation. So I'll just try and get it up to the edges like this. And then I'll be able to link it quite easily with like an actual lip. I'll roll a tube, a great big long tube of this stuff, and just run a lip all the way along. Oh, I might not need to. Look at that. That's actually quite alright for a lip on this bit. No, I still will. No, it's... yeah, I can make this go over a bit, I think, and then if we get like a proper... if we get like a proper thing to go over it. Also kind of need to spread this out and make it as flat as possible. Bin, hi. Hi. Just making turtle heads out of foam and foam clay. I'm fine, thank you very much. There have been worse days. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me. Where are you from? The northeast of the UK. And you? Let's get this as smooth as we can. It's going to be real fucking lumpy. That's going to be annoying. Good. I am making this Ninja Turtle guy into this Ninja Turtle guy. That's where am I going? There we are. That's what I'm aiming for, and it's all made out of like a thin, squishy foam. And now I'm using like a foam clay on top to get rid of the seams and make the skin a little bit. Yeah, that's what we do here. I normally do like Halo, the game, armor and things. But I'm trying new shit, you know? So I really, really love Ninja Turtles. Really, really love. Why can't use YouTuber in your stream like if you like avatars? I'm not sure what you mean. VTuber in your stream, like if you like. Oh, yeah, I sort of know what you mean, but I don't care. I'm quite happy with the way things are, and I just sit and make things, and when people come in, I just talk to them. So, and I do commissions and make people like Halo costumes, and I can do Warhammer. I've got Ninja Turtles, Doom, Eternal, and Dark Ages, and 2016. You like this character you make using your strength? Sort of. It's new things. I'm not actually used to working with foam clay. I normally cut out templates and make things like armor that are a lot more straightforward. Cut lines, glue together. That's it, you know. This is like I'm trying to make skin right now, you know, like reptile skin over some foam. It's difficult, man. But I like to mess around and challenge myself. So that's the whole purpose of it. And I really love Ninja Turtles. I mean, like, that's Ninja Turtle tattoos right there. I'm well into it. I have all 4 of these guys. All the movies, TV shows, everything. Really love the comics as well. And it's like, yeah, it's another passion of mine. I have Halo as a passion, but also this. Ninja Turtles, man. Ninja Turtles. I just need to get this to be smooth somehow. I'm trying my best, and I think I'm going to have to, like, shove loads of water on this stuff and smooth it all out with something other than my fingers, I think. I'm not sure how. Seems to me like pushing it all in one direction's the best thing to do. Okay, I've got an idea. I'll get hold of him like that. And oh, this is it's difficult. Let's see if we can. There we go. Sorry, yeah, a very subtle little thing there, just blending that line into it, so it like starts somewhere, and then the crease doesn't just look like it pops up out of nowhere. No, I've just got to try and figure out getting it all smooth, and I think I'm just going to have to. There's no one way to do it. I'm going to have to just sort of push on it until it's all flattened down. So, yo. It's like I say, I said before, I'm quite happy for it to have like imperfections, but I just need it to not look like lumpy clay. Ideally, I need it to look like smooth but flawed skin somehow, which at the moment is not the case. But it's better. It's getting there. I think I just need to push down a couple of like the lumps and things, and then I'm gonna attempt to. I think that'll be all right for now. I'm gonna just do these edges though. Get them wet and blended. Why is it so difficult? started moving some that wasn't wet, and it's just like overlapping and not smoothing into it. So that's a bit shit. Oh, come on, you bastard. Okay. Right. It's getting there. I'm sure I can smooth that out more, but I'm willing to let that dry, see how it comes out, and take some sandpaper to it to smooth it. Yeah, because yeah. It's getting there. It's going to be good, I think. I think it just needs like, well, smoothing out and painting and things, and then yeah. Just have bits to blend, I think. Yes, very much so. Which I completely forgot about. I'm so glad you can like re-wet this stuff and just start again. I've just realised I need to squash this down a little bit more because it's a bit over the top. There we go. That side was nice and subtle, and then I did that like great big bloody blob. So yeah, anyway, I'll let this dry and then we'll go from there, and I'll try and do like the lip underneath. But that quite happy with that so far. Might try and I wonder, I've got an idea. Just going to wet the whole thing and just attempt to rub it flat, as daft as that might sound. Like taking the concept of what you do with sandpaper after the fact and just doing it up front with some water instead. And yeah, it has worked a bit. I like that. That's actually created kind of a cool texture, really. We'll see. Anyway, I need to take a short break because I'm going to wash that off me, and then I'm going to make a cup of tea as well. Mr. Wizard. Yes. Sanding. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. I've been streaming all week in my new gaff. Where the fuck have you been, mate? Yeah, he's starting to look good. His counterpart. We'll turn him this way. He's getting there. Busy, mate. Kids work summer holidays. You're making your kids work. It's disgraceful. Right. On that lovely note, I'm not going to give you a chance to reply. Bye. Oh my god. All this time I had the bloody camera thing on. What an idiot. Yeah, I should have had that was silly. I'm glad I didn't start screaming profanities when I went on a break just then. Right. Hang on a minute. That's there. And yes, I need to move this over. Copy to here. Paste. Right. Sorry. That was an internal issue I had to sort out just then. How you doing, Mr. Wizard? I'm jack of all trades now, mate. I've got stuff 3D printing in there. Like literally behind this wall is where my printer is in a cupboard. Printing away loads of stuff. Like Warhammer and stuff. Still doing Halo stuff. Still making Ninja Turtles. Like this Ninja Turtle anyway, I'm really happy with how that's looking. On a separate note, I'm hoping I can sand this down a little bit so that it's less. Once it's all dry, it should sand away, and I'll be able to make it look a lot more seamless and blended. And then we've got like the molded cheeks and everything, and then obviously that stuff's all going to be under a bandana, so it doesn't need to be anywhere near nice. It just needs to be somewhat smooth. So that's just gonna, yeah. Oh god, it's gonna. Very happy. Yeah. I don't know if you're still there, Mr. Wizard. You just disappeared, like you do sometimes. But I was saying this before, and it bears repeating. When I got in here and I started trying to advertise for commissions again, I was putting pictures out of this and be like, yeah, Ninja Turtles, yeah. And then it occurred to me, like, it looks fucking horrible. Because especially if you're viewing it out of context and you've got no idea about what happened to this. Like, I got impatient and that's why it's got, like, slime green all over it. And it, like, if you have no context to that, then it's like, oh my God, no, I don't want one of them. Get that away from me. And I'm like, maybe I should finish it. Maybe I should get it looking really, really bloody good, and then start advertising that you're actually going to do, you know, that you can do fucking Ninja Turtles, you dickhead. Why are you trying? Why are you trying to advertise like your horrible, like, you know, mutation in not even in a good way, in a Ninja Turtle good way kind of thing? Anyway, I've got some eyes to do, some like eyebrow furrows above the mask, so I'm going to try and get that somewhat accurate. Let's see how that goes. Right, yes, I know how to do this then. It's just occurred to me, I need to do the same on the other side as well. Blend them and then use a tool to make the lines. So let's get these together. Blend them into one another. You see that? Yeah. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now we want, once again, I want it to be somewhat subtle, but also kind of pronounced. It's like, it's such a, like a, contradictory thing. It needs to be subtle, but it needs to be so pronounced that it picks up on camera and what have you as well. So you can't. It's like it's how do you describe it? It's like overdoing it and underdoing it at the same time. Again, it's like a total contradiction. It's like, yeah, it's a very odd situation I'm in. So like that needs to be right down in the middle there, like right down. And then we've got these bits that need to look like they're going right up to the edge. So I suppose they need to be pushed forward, kind of. Because this is like the brow, like your forehead type of thing. but a Ninja Turtle forehead is not a human forehead, so you like, you know, you've got to kind of figure a way around it. It's odd. I wonder. If I make them initial things here and then we smooth them out so they're a bit more natural looking. Oh, I like that. I accidentally created like an eyebrow furrow. I like it, so I'm keeping it. Right. Oh God. This is by far the most difficult part, is just trying to blend it with the normal foam. But that, like, it does work. I can get the light to capture it properly. It does it does smooth out and work in the end. It's just difficult to get it right. Okay, right. Yeah. I'm not happy with how lumpy it seems, but I'm going to just leave it to dry. I'll try and blend these bits in, so obviously I'm wetting these bits, but I'm going to leave it to dry and then see if I can sand it smooth. I'm even going to sand the like the bandana bits, like the eyebrows and all around the eye sockets a little bit, just to smooth it out a tiny bit, just so like it isn't too lumpy under there. And yeah. Right. Okay. Sort of. It's not really right. I think I'm gonna have to add more. So I will. Because once again, it needs to be quite prominent yet understated. How the hell does that work? I don't know, but let's try. I'm gonna get this all nice and mouldy. Oh, that might be a bit much, but yeah, I'll take that bit off. It can go here instead. Right. Okay, here we go. Let's get hold of you. Push the mass a little bit more further forward. Put it down there to the front and smooth it out. And we'll try and that's it. Oh, there you go. Look at that. That's so much better. Much better. Okay. Again, just gonna try and create the feel of the line without it being there. Oh, like that, yeah. Just like that. Perfect. Maybe a little bit further forward. We'll just move it back a bit. Like that. Oh, excellent. Okay. Let's try and recreate that on the other side. Hiya, Thompson. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Let's see. Come on now. Sorry, I'm not talking a hell of a lot right now. It's because I'm sort of in the zone with this. Kind of got it right where I want it. I'm just trying to smooth it all out. You see, it's not what I'm used to. I am in fact used to making Halo cosplayers. I'm not used to trying to put foam clay on foam to mimic reptile skin. So you'll have to forgive me. I really appreciate you chatting. Thank you for joining and everything. If you've got any questions, like who the hell are you? What the hell are you doing? Fire away. I will be happy to answer. Right, it's nowhere near as smooth as the other side. How have I messed this up? Why is it not? I might have just left it too long. It left it out in the open a bit too long, and it's gone. It dried up. Maybe. Oh dear. Oh, that's such a shame. I'll do what I can. See if I can get it to. See if I can get it to even out a bit. Come on. Smooth for me, my dude. Okay, it's not too bad. I just feel like it's a bit uneven. But let's see what it. Yeah, it's definitely lumpier than this side, isn't it? Up there. That's a shame. I wonder if I can smooth it out with the water. Let's see. I'm also going to try and move back this brow a bit further over this way as well, because it sort of looks uneven. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Oh, apart from these bits that are lumping on the bottom. No way, right. You shall be watered into submission. Okay. Let's see if I can. Oh, God almighty. Right. Yeah, that's better. It's sort of better in. It needs to be lowered down. It's like. That's a bit better. No, not quite, but it's getting there. It's getting there. It's like a good start, isn't it? We're definitely sort of making progress with it. I kind of want to go back to the under chin here, but at the same time, I'm like thinking I want to let it fully dry and try sanding it first, and then if that doesn't work, I'm going to do essentially what I did here and just add more on top and flatten it out properly. I'm happy with the cheeks. The cheeks are doing all right. Somewhat flexible. I need to redo these teeth, because that was like a little afterthought that I did, and just whack them in there and they're all loose like dentures. And then of course there's the actual lip as well that I think again I'm just going to sand. So yeah, we'll let this dry. It's going to take a good, decent amount of time to do to fully dry. So I might have to just leave it out like that, or I could put it in the window. Yeah, I'll put it in the window because it's nice and warm. We'll get some air to it, and it'll dry it all off. And then we'll have a nice dry turtle to sand. I'm going to do it properly, like by hand as well. Mr. Wizard will be proud. I'm not going to use the. I'm not going to use silly rotary tools and what have you. Now, the only other thing I want to do is I'm going to cover up this seam along the top because that's very prominent and I'd like it to be gone. So I'm going to get like the thinnest parts that I can spread out like this and just stick them on. And then I'll get the water on it and we'll flatten it out and smooth it as best we can. I'll make it thicker towards the front, I think, so that it joins the brows that I've made here. And then after that, I'm going to make like little seam sausages. And spread them out like that. Get hold of it. Right, there we go. Okay. Right. Right. At the moment, this looks like the most awkward mohawk. Mouldy mohawk. Like a mohawk that was left in a damp room for too long. It's occurring to me that I'm going to have to do this with like all the muscles over the entire body. By hand. So I'm starting to think twice about offering this as a commission, you know? Might just do heads. Because a full bodysuit is going to take forever and be really difficult to do. And I'll do that for me. Because it's mine. Oh, okay. I need to give my finger a rest. Oh, wow. Damn it. There we go. Right. Let's see if we can carry on now. Oh, crikey. This is so difficult. Get it really, really smoothed down. Oh, okay. Oh, that's something to be careful of. I'm pushing down so hard, I'm recreating the seams I'm trying to cover up. So that's something to be mindful of. Christ. I can afford to be less wary of it at the back here though. Because it's just not going to be as prominent. Right, okay. It doesn't look like much, but it feels like it's pretty much flat. And that's the main thing, because then when you paint it, it'll be flat. God, he looks patchy, doesn't he? But yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Like, that's come out a lot. Like, I wasn't expecting much because I'm not very experienced with clay. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Yeah, I want it to dry, and then I'm going to get it completely covered. Oh no. Yeah, and then I'm going to get it completely covered in paint once it's sanded down and blended and what have you. And then I think I need to get it green first, make it all green and nice, and then I'm going to make like little sort of spots, the little subtle spots that are on his head. You can, even though it's not in focus, you can see it. Yeah, and then sanding, and then I'm going to put some more of the black primer on it, and then depending on how that works out, like how that looks, I'll get straight on with the green and get the green on there. But I'm going to come back tonight, probably about 8 o'clock my time, and then we'll continue this and see if I can get him looking presentable. Because again, like, what was I thinking trying to advertise him with that horrible that horrible paint job? Like, yeah, look, I managed to. People like yeah, I don't know why it didn't occur to me that, like, this is a work in progress. No one's seen the process, so you're just showing like a half done, and without the context, it just doesn't make any sense, does it? So, and as an outro, let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. I'm going to try and let's try and find the other thingy kid one, and that's going to be my outro now. So thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it, and thank you new people chatting, even if it was just a fleeting thing. Bianc 12102 thank you for chatting with me, and Mr. Wizard, always a pleasure, my friend. And Thompson, hiya Thompson, thanks for dropping a chat in. It's always appreciated, so thank you. And when I figure out how to actually internet, then it'll be good, won't it? Bye bye, everybody. Yeah, thank you for watching again.